Hey, good morning, folks. I'd like to take a minute and talk to you guys about buying mules. I get a lot of questions all the time about what to look for, what type of mule I like, Johns or Mollies, how big, how tall, how fast, how slow, whatever. When I look for mules, you all know I buy a lot of mules. We travel all over looking for good ones. I like good, gentle mules, and the first thing I look for when I'm buying a mule is their disposition. Their disposition is to me the most important thing, because that's also the hardest thing to ever change in a mule. There are some mules that come in a little wild, and you can get them pretty good and gentle, but if you can buy a good disposition and find a mule that has that, then you're that much further in the game. So disposition is number one. And what is disposition? To me, it's a mule that's gentle, that's soft and supple, that is friendly. It likes attention, likes to be around people. It ain't scared to death when you walk in the pen. It instead of running away, it comes to meet you. That's what I like in a mule. Just friendly. Overall, friendly, easygoing animal that's not going to kill me. That's the number one thing. After disposition, because that's a priority, is a good disposition. After that, I look for conformation. If they don't have good conformation, then I mean they're kind of useless for us out here in Utah, at least, because out here everything is straight up or straight down, and y'all know we do a lot of rock crawling and rock hopping and stuff like that. And if their legs aren't very good, they're gonna fail at that. And the conformation, that's another thing that's kind of personal preference, but you want them sound, you want them straight and healthy. After conformation, then you start looking at training, and that's another thing that's completely personal preference is training, because some of you guys are good hands and you can train your own and do your own thing. Others need little help, and you just kind of have to weigh those options. If you want something that's good and ready to go, then spend the extra money that's going to take you and get something safe that'll pack you down the trail and won't give you too much trouble. Remember, there's never any guarantees in a mule, and if somebody is to give you a guarantee on a mule about anything, they're just feeding you full of it, because you can't put much of a guarantee on a live animal with a brain of its own, a mind of its own. So you always take those risks, but if you can be knowledgeable and start out with something that fits your abilities. So there's an old saying, green on green only makes for black and blue. And that means if you're a green rider, you shouldn't get on a green mule, because it'll just get you hurt, get you an emergency room visit. So anyways, find a mule with the training that fits you. If you can do your own training, great. If you can't, then look for a mule that's already finished and going good. After training, then there's a lot of other things that are your own personal preference choice, but the one thing that I want to address is absolutely do not buy for color. I get calls all the time. People will say, instead of telling me what kind of mule they want as far as training and disposition and all that, the first thing they say, I gotta have a gray mule, or I gotta have a black mule, or whatever. Please do not buy for color. Color won't get you anywhere. My favorite color is broke. So if you call me looking for mules, don't tell me what color you want. I'll just kind of chuckle at you a little bit. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on buying mules. One more thing. Just remember that cheap is usually never too good. when it comes to mules. You definitely get what you pay for. Sometimes you can find a good deal, and that's great. I look for them all the time. I'm seldom lucky enough to find a good deal, but there are good deals out there. You can find a good mule for a good deal, but in general, you get what you pay for, and so don't be looking for a $5,000 mule that's safe for, the old saying, safe for kids and old ladies. Don't be looking for a $5,000 mule like that, expecting to pay $2,000 for it, because it's just not going to happen. And anyways, if any of you are looking for good mules, we'd be glad to help you. My wife and I will be glad to help you out if you're looking for any mules. Right now things are kind of slow with the new baby coming here next Monday, but anyways, things will pick up, and we'd be glad to help you. So let me know if you have any questions or need any help. Thanks, and have a good day.